plants it to the ground, I noticed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! I love it.
So you can move a little bit. Let's see if we get a little straighter spot.
Oh, it pops too? Wow, is that for the tune?
That's for completely stock. It does that.
No way.
This is why I feel like I don't need an exhaust.
Wow. Okay, welcome everybody to another edition of Cool Cars with Chris. I am Chris, and we are with a cool car and its owner. Courage is literally here physically in person. We have Courage. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great, Chris. Thanks for having me, man.
And this is fantastic. Lovely Saturday.
Yeah.
And you came all the way down here from Temecula?
Yep.
Wow. What is the drive like, by the way, these days? Is it a lot of traffic?
Not on Saturdays, luckily. It's a pretty straight shoot. And I actually stopped off at Rancho Santa Fe Cars and Coffee locally out here, too. So nice little morning there. But no, I had no complaints traffic-wise.
Nice. So take me back to what made you want to buy this car in the first place. This is a Hyundai Elantra N Series.
Yep.
And you first rented on Turo, you first rented a car. What kind of car did you rent, and what made you want to buy this car?
Yeah, no. So I started. Every time I rent on Turo, I try to find something interesting, and I was actually going to rent a Golf R before. That was the first choice, and the guy 2 days beforehand told me that he sold the car, and so I was like, oh well, do you have anything else? And told me he had a 328i, and I was like, well, I've driven those before. I wanted to try something else. So scouring Turo, ended up finding a black DCT transmission. They had the sunroof. They're the only real difference, sunroof and automatic transmission. And absolutely loved that car. I drove it up through Lake Tahoe, through some curvy back roads. Obviously on the highway, I was impressed by the power, and I fell in love with it. It was just a total package. I have two little ones, so I needed something that was practical, and this was super practical yet still fun. And so I pulled the trigger probably 2 or 3 months after and said, like, this is the car that I want to be the fun car / still do the dad duties at the end.
Right, that's the thing too, is like a lot of these sports cars, because I've owned sports cars, and a lot of them don't have like back seats.
Yeah.
Well, some do, but so have you taken this on many road trips, this car?
Oh yeah. So the most recent one was actually Monterey Car Week. Went there in August and literally stuffed 4 people's worth of stuff in the back trunk. Some my kids are young enough where I can still put stuff in the footwells and things like that.
Oh, okay, okay.
We did utilize that. I used the rear kind of shelf in the back too. It did it. No issues at all. We fit everything we needed. Everybody was comfortable. And I would do it again. We're actually planning to do it again next year, too.
I mean, how reliable are Hyundais? Have you had any issues with yours at all? It's probably a fairly new car, but...
It's a great question. I get it a lot because of kind of the rep that Kia and Hyundai have had over the last couple decades. I haven't had any issues that weren't self-imposed. I'll just put it that way.
What do you mean by self-imposed?
So there were a couple of things in modding this car, which I told myself I wasn't going to mod the car when I first bought it, that it was exactly how I needed it, and I wasn't going to do anything. 2 years into that, I ended up modding the car. The first few things I did were the intake, and then I ultimately ended up going with the JB4 tune, which is basically a piggyback tune. And so
you got this car tuned in California. How did you pull that off?
Let's just say that it flies under the radar enough that I haven't had an issue with it yet. So
well, it's fairly new, so I don't think you have to worry about getting it smogged anytime soon.
Yeah.
But when you do come up to smog, what are you going to do?
So this the big thing about the piggyback tune, it gets a lot of kind of back and forth of should you do it, should you not? It's actually plug and play. So it's a box inside under the hood that literally is kind of feeding information in through the ECU, and I can literally unplug it, and there's no trace of it at all. So
do you notice when you do unplug the? Well, did you notice the tune at all in the first place? Did you notice a difference in power?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what does this come with stock out the door? If you were to buy a car today, what do you get like horsepower wise?
Horsepower wise, so it's interesting with this car. There's kind of 2 modes. Base, like with non-octane learn is what they kind of call it. You're putting down about 240 to the wheels. It's rated at 260.
Stock?
276 horsepower.
Wow, stock's a lot.
Yeah. And so without octane learning, you're about 240 horsepower. With it octane learn, and I've actually had some videos where I posted results on this, I put down 271 to the wheel.
You've actually dynoed this?
And I've actually had it dynoed, correct?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And so with the tune, I would definitely say, and because I have different maps on the.
So mine runs on ethanol. Does yours run on ethanol?
So it can. I've been toying around with kind of E30 mixes. You can't go full E85 though. You'll have to kind of overhaul the fuel system, get new injectors. So yeah, it can't do a full blend of. It can't do a full E85, but you can do blends, and they get you some extra power. If you do like an E20 or E30 blend, you can definitely get 320, 330. Sometimes I see folks with. So yeah, it's possible, just not like a full E85 run. That takes a lot of work. How this works, because this actually has an active exhaust. You can change it by mode, or you can
really,
or you can actually make a custom mode. And if you want to have, say, the engine fully in like its performance mode, but the exhaust closed, you can actually set that as a setting in the car. But actually, in a sense, it's sort of a little cheating because it's dual exhaust, but the valve is on one side. So in quiet mode, essentially, you're only running out of one side, and that's how they quiet it down. But then once you open the flap, it's going out of both, and that's when you get the full show, I guess you can say.
Nice.
But yeah,
4-cylinder, of course, and of course they got. I'm sure it's direct injection, double overhead cam, and all that stuff. That's kind of like you it these days now. I mean, my truck is direct injection with fuel injection.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that was possible to have both.
This engine. I have the Coyote V8 with the third gen.
Oh wow! Okay.
And it has a dual. I think the fourth gen's got the auto shut off, cylinder shut off. Mine doesn't have that. Mine's before that, but yeah. So mine runs on ethanol. Does yours run on ethanol?
So it can. I've been toying around with kind of E30 mixes. You can't go full E85 though. You'll have to kind of overhaul the fuel system, get new injectors. So yeah, it can't do a full blend of. It can't do a full E85, but you can do blends, and they get you some extra power. If you do like an E20 or E30 blend, you can definitely get 320, 330. Sometimes I see folks with. So yeah, it's possible.
Every car kind of has like its little quirks or things like that. You're kind of like, I wish it didn't do that. So is there anything on this car that you're like, I don't know?
Yeah, there's two just right out of the gate. One is actually the octane learn situation, because I call it kind of a rain dance to get it to work, because you have to there's actually an owner's manual, or a section in the owner's manual, where you have to drive kind of freeway, highway driving above 70 for like a period of like 10 minutes or something like that. And it allows the car to learn what fuel is in the car, and then it'll unlock that extra boost. Because stock, it'll boost at about 15 PSI. But once it's octane learn, it'll actually bump it up to 20 PSI.
Oh, nice.
And so that's where you get that extra.
You have a boost gauge in the car?
You do, yeah. So
is it stock, or do you buy it in there?
Gauge cluster has like has a boost gauge,
okay,
which isn't like, it might not be hugely accurate, but the JB4 actually has an app that I kind of put off to the side that actually does have a pretty accurate kind of boost calc off of it. But yeah, that's my biggest annoyance, because you can do all of the process of octane learning and it won't do it. And there's no indicator of when it actually happens. And so the only way is just, randomly you put your foot down on the freeway and you see, does it go to 20 PSI or does it stay at 15? That's the only way you know.
Now, being that it's a turbo, is it twin turbo or single turbo?
Single turbo.
Turbo. Do you feel, is there a turbo lag to the car?
This is actually, I'm surprised that the power band is really linear in this car, and torque comes on. Full torque is actually 22 or 2300 RPMs, so it comes on pretty quick. Like, it's not really like some of the bigger turbo applications where you do feel that noticeable lag. Right. I can pass people pretty quickly in 6th gear. If I'm at about,
it is a 6-speed, right?
It is a 6-speed.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not even really needing the downshift unless like you really need to move somewhere. But that's just how well the turbo acclimates to, just like once you put your foot down, it spools up pretty quick.
This car, and you're looking for a sporty 4-door.
Yeah.
What else would you have bought other than this?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is budget an issue?
Well, I'm not saying like the Lamborghini Urus. It's like a crazy here. What would you get?
I'll give you two. I'll give you one that would be a stretch, and one that would, be basically I could do it tomorrow, maybe. The one that I would do tomorrow, it would probably have to be, as stereotypical as it kind of is. Actually, no, that was the wrong answer. What I would actually choose is the Acura Integra Type S.
The new Integra, huh?
Yeah.
It's got a stick shift, and it's probably its closest competitor to this, right?
Pretty close, yeah.
The Type S, that's the one I saw. It's like 70 grand, isn't it?
With everything all in, like you're probably looking at that, probably like 60 or so. The Type R, the Civic Type R,
That's,
like,
yeah.
that one's about like out the door, probably 55 or so.
Is that all-wheel drive?
They aren't. No, neither one. Both front-wheel drive.
Is this all-wheel drive?
Front-wheel drive as well.
So not all-wheel drive?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Which one had the all-wheel drive?
That's the GR Corolla.
Okay.
Which that's always kind of a question too. And I do kind of like that it's a 3-cylinder because I have this weird thing. I'm a musician, and I play piano, and I actually I nerd out to like engine cylinders and how they sound.
You're telling me, man. I had the exhaust, man. I tried doing some video later after I got the exhaust done on my car, and I did some stuff and a few things, but that thing sounded great when you got up on it, and I it wasn't too loud. 'Cause I think some people get their cars done and they just chop off the mufflers and go straight pipe or whatever. Yeah. I've heard a lot of Zs that do that. I've heard a lot of Zs, like Tomei exhaust and things like that.
Yeah.
They just sound super loud.
It just kind of takes away the character. Like I do feel like cars do have a certain character about them, and when you just change that too much, it just feels like a different car, But yeah, definitely the Type S. That would, like, if I was going like in the same ballpark of type of car, definitely the Type S. I actually love the Acura MDX Type S too. You've seen it? It's actually the 3-row SUV, but it's the S version, and it has like 355 horsepower, all-wheel drive.
You're talking like V6s and things like that. Have you ever thought about going like V8 direction?
Man, yeah. Well, no, you like my second one though.
Okay.
So my second one would be a CT5V Blackwing.
Okay, nice.
That would be my stretch car.
Nice.
Those are, I think, what now, like 80.
Oh, I think got to be over 100 maybe. I mean, what does this car represent to you right now?
It's good questions, Chris. Making me think. But no, I mean, to me, it represents that you can still be interested in cars and have something that kind of fits your life. But yeah, for me, it represents just this season in my life, having kids, doing family stuff. Still, I feel like a lot of people think you can't really still have a passion for cars. You can't have a fun car. You can't go out and, be proud of your car. But this kind of represents that for me, is that regardless, I mean, my youngest loves this car. Like
how old is he?
He's 3. He's going to be 3 in December.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Does he have a little kid steering wheel like he sets up in the back seat?
We don't bring it with us, but we have it in the house.
Yeah.
But he loves it. My oldest, all he likes is video games now. But yeah, no, I mean, that's what it is for me. Is just like, you can still have that passion. Like I'll have my time with some of the crazy 2-seat sports cars and all of that. But this is kind of reinvigorated for me because I sold my 300ZX right when my oldest was born. Just because I just knew that car needed a lot of work.
Right. It becomes a garage car, really. Yeah.
For sure. And I still have two. I had one car that I bought right after that, an Infiniti M35. They had the V6, actually similar to the Z's, and then I had a FX45. They had the V8 in those. They were still on the same Z chassis. I love those cars to death, but they weren't really performance cars.
More like sedans, I guess.
Sedans and SUVs, and
they're fast and everything. It's like, and she said like, "Oh, I want a car like that when I grow up," or something like that, or whatever, to my car. Yeah. I was like, "That's pretty cool," because it's a cool feeling to have.
Yeah.
Have you had feelings like? Have anything happened like that for you when you had this car?
It started happening more recently. I think the car stock is a little too understated for people that don't know. It's still kind of that if you know, but if you don't,
right.
Some people think that I did a lot of the mods that basically made the car look like it looked stock. They thought that like the wheels were aftermarket, the body kit was they thought for sure the exhaust was aftermarket. So stock, I didn't really get that as much unless people really knew about it. Now with like the wheels, with the front splitter and things like that, I am starting to get that a little bit more. Actually, I was driving through my neighborhood the other day with a buddy of mine. He has an S15 Sylvia, if you know about those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was driving through there and all the kids were playing out at the park, and you hear the kids in the background, "Hey, rev it!" And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do it in the neighborhood, guys. But I gave him a little baby one here and there, but yeah, it's starting to happen a little bit more now, for sure.
That's great, man. That's great. So we've talked a lot about the car, but I cannot wait to go for a ride in this car, man. And I want to see what this thing can do, and I can't wait. You ready to go for a ride?
I'm excited, man. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Okay, here we go. It feels very planted to the ground, I notice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I love it.
So you can move a
stops too? Wow, is that for the tune?
That's for completely stock. It does that.
No way.
This is why I feel like I don't need an exhaust.
Wow.
There, we got a little bit here. I get
All right.
just a bit.
All right. Oh my God! Holy shit! Wow.
She moves a little bit.
Man, what RPM? I was watching the gauge. What RPM were you had to get to?
That was probably about 5,000 RPMs.
Wow.
And the cornering is what I really love about it. It's just so planning.
I am thoroughly impressed. This is not just a fabrication, like, you know, aftermarket Pep Boy special.
Yeah. Which is what I thought it was that when I first saw these in cars. Like, I thought, okay, it's just an appearance package, maybe a boost in power. It was totally different when I actually had a chance to get behind the wheel. I'll probably flip up here and then we can maybe.
Okay. Yeah, this is great. You watch the dips in these things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. Man, this thing's thoroughly impressive. It feels. It's a different kind of speed than my Z felt. I mean, but it's weird as though, like, I know that it feels much faster on this side of the car than that side of the car. It's a weird thing because I've driven cars, like, it doesn't feel that fast to me, but people sitting on this side, it feels way faster.
Well, I'm glad that it does feel that way. Because to me, I get used to it. But in this mode, though, I do actually start to feel it a little bit more on my end, too. Because it is front-wheel drive, so you're kind of holding on.
Right.
Yeah, it's entertaining, for sure.
But definitely like the thrust feeling. Like, I think you get used to it after a while. But I think when you're, I love it.
Yeah, and I really, honestly, there's, like I said, the custom map is definitely an option for me, but it's not like, I don't feel like I really need it. Like, this map 2 is, you can say it's conservative. It's only pushing about like 3 PSI over stock, 3 or 4. And, I mean, it moves the way it does. I don't really need any more power.
Oh, wow. Man, that's great. Man, some poles. I love it. Man.
I wish there were some more curves around here because I feel like that's also where this really shines. The suspension is just so tight. I literally, anywhere I can find a back road, like I'm taking that over a highway any day.
Oh, wow. Now, does this have rev match on this?
It does, yeah. So that's
nice. Yeah, that's the one thing I love about my Z. It had that. I threw in that all. I threw it when I was driving it harsh. I always threw in rev match. I think I threw it in rev match most of the time that I think about it. The only problem is that one time in rev match, I was coming around a corner. I kicked it to neutral. And the rev match thought I was going to first.
Oh, and it revved it.
It went to like 8,000 RPM. I was like, holy crap, what do I do?
Yeah.
And because there's a sensor in the notch that kind of figures out where you're going.
In Rancho Santa Fe, there's actually a gas station that sells. There's partnered with Sunoco, and they actually have 95. And so usually, if I'm running anything more aggressive than the tune I have now, I'll run 95 in it.
And you can tell the difference?
Well, the 95 is more just to work with knock, just to make sure that like when you're pushing that much PSI that you're not knocking or anything.
Oh, okay.
It's still, the power still feels like it increases, but not drastically. It's just more of like an assurance that you know that you're not getting knocked, basically.
Wow.
But I have done E30 mixes in it too, so I'll mix. Like it's like a whole calculator you can use to mix E30. So it's E85 with 95. I want to do E85 with 95, but I have to plan it out where I'm going there, and then I got to go to an E85 place, so it's just a headache.
Well, is there any places close by? I mean, that's kind of far away from you, though.
Yeah, no, I'm outside of E85 places. Like, there's no other place I know that sells like 95 or anything above 91. So that's mostly what I'm running for the most part. Oh, yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was a little bit of a surprise.
Definitely, man. I love fast cars. Love cool cars. It's definitely a cool car. I have to give it a cool car thumbs up. Definitely.
I'll take it.
All right. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later.